Wait me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons Podcast.
Kons Podcast.
Wait me, don't you?
Hit that like button.
Wait me, don't you?
Subscribe and share.
Wait me, don't you?
Constant content.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Kons motherfucking podcast.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
So two people got caught red-handed, as I said in the last episode, you know what I'm saying, in a high-end handbag store, stealing over $100,000 worth of purses and handbags. Security seen the alarm. I don't understand it. What was the point of doing this? What was the point of going? You was finna be the handbag guy? You was finna be the new purse guy? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You was stealing a bunch of handbags, a bunch of female purses. Minnesota, up in Minnesota, the ICE shooting. This one's making a whole bunch of headlines. A lot of people have been talking about this. A shooter of a woman named Renee Good. From what I gathered, granted, she definitely did hit the officer with the car. You know what I mean? I definitely seen that in the clips. Y'all seen it in the clips. You know what I mean? She definitely did hit the officer with the car. His reaction was to reach for his pistol and start firing off. The last topic, there was another shooting in Portland, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? This is involving border control, which is the same thing as ICE. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was involving immigration, you know, foreign companies. I don't know what's going on with these ICE people. You know what I mean? But I just know that we witnessed them ripping families and ripping babies away from families and taking them away from homes. You know what I'm saying? Due to this. Yeah. What is happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? This Kons Podcast, episode 349 on this good Friday. You know what I'm saying? On this good Friday, it's 54 degrees outside, January 9th. You feel me? 4:13 in the evening. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? You know what I mean? Hope y'all had a good week. It is the end of the week. You know what I mean? On this good Friday, hopefully everybody off for the weekend. You got tomorrow off, Sunday off. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you had a good, productive week, and hopefully you ended it all the Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I got a few little topics for you today. Just 3 little topics, you know what I mean? I'm definitely going to cover what I didn't cover on my last episode. Apparently, I forgot to put a clip in of when I was talking about the people who robbed the high-end store and took $100,000 worth of purses and handbags. I forgot to put the clip in there, so we're going to go over that today. And also, we're going to touch on this Minnesota shooting of ICE and also another shooting that happened in Portland. You know what I mean? Both are related to ICE. You know what I'm saying? So that's the 3 topics we're going to be covering today. You know what I mean? If this is your first time here, you wondering what we do on this podcast, you know what I'm saying? This is where I cover the news, cover the headlines, whatever. I cover whatever headlines you might have seen. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you log into your computer, your homepage, whether your homepage was MSNBC, Yahoo News, Google News, you know what I'm saying? It could have been Hip Hop DX, wherever it is that you get your headlines from or that you might have seen them. I'm probably covering on 1, 2, or 3 of them right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? So keep it locked, tell a friend, share it out, and let me keep you updated on this wicked world. You know what I mean? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? It is a good Friday. You feel me? Didn't record yesterday. It was a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot going on. My car getting repaired. Had to come out the pocket $700 for that. So, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot happening. Had to run a bunch of errands, do a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot going on. Didn't really have the time to record. Had to do a lot. You know what I mean? Along with today. Had to do a lot today. You know what I'm saying? But here I am, making this episode for y'all, giving you these topics. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I mean? Without further ado, without no more chit-chat, banter, you know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into these topics. You feel me? So, first up, 2 people. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're going to go back into this topic from last episode. You know what I mean? The last episode I covered on the teens that got caught red-handed, stealing a bunch of handbags. You know what I mean? We're going to touch on that first, being that I forgot to put the clip in. So we're going to touch on that first in this one before we get to the Minnesota shooting. You know what I mean? So 2 people got caught red-handed, as I said in the last episode, you know what I'm saying, in a high-end handbag store, stealing over $100,000 worth of purses and handbags. Security seen the alarm activated in the cam footage of the robbers and alerted the police, and they was able to catch the thieves red-handed. So the next little clip you're about to see is a clip, the footage of them coming out the door and seeing the police and then coming back in the door and trying to run upstairs, you know what I'm saying? And then I got some news clips on it as well. Check these clips out that I forgot to put in the last
You hate me,
episode.
don't you?
In Irvine, police catch two men red-handed after breaking into a high-end handbag store, then try to escape with around $100,000 in luxury merchandise. Officers cornered the suspects and used K9 units to get them to surrender.
KTLA's Mary Beth McDade joins us live from Irvine, where the would-be burglars were busted. Mary Beth.
Yes, and Mike and Sherry, this store has been targeted twice before by thieves who got away. But this morning's burglars weren't so lucky. And police are crediting a quick-thinking security guard, the store's owner, and security cameras with helping them catch the culprits. Surveillance cameras capture suspected thieves scale a wall and break into an Irvine high-rise around 4 Monday morning. Once inside the office building located at Jamboree and DuPont, they entered a high-end handbag store and can be seen stealing the pricey purses. They tried to get away, but didn't get far, thanks to an astute security guard who called 911.
The security guard said that two men walked up to the glass area and started looking around, and they believed that they were about to be burglarized.
Irvine police were quickly dispatched.
Our dispatcher immediately jumped on the security cameras, which were nearby, and saw two men walking in the bush line area of the business, and eventually those men jumped over onto the balcony area of the building.
Officers arrived on scene and set up a perimeter around the building, making sure there was no way for the suspects to escape.
We're fortunate we received assistance from our partners at the Costa Mesa Police Department, who provided a drone to help us with the perimeter as well.
Irvine police also got a call from the store's owner
and said the alarm was going off inside and that there were two people inside actively taking merchandise.
Officers began searching the building.
There were several announcements made on the public announcement system for the building, as well as announcements throughout. They wouldn't come out and surrender immediately.
Then, with the help of a K9, officers found the two men hiding in one of the building's offices. And about $100,000 worth of merchandise found in a nearby stairwell. 40-year-old Richard Spencer of L.A. and 30-year-old Marcellus Shelby of Hollywood were caught and cuffed and now behind bars. And the suspects are now facing numerous charges, including burglary, grand theft, and resisting arrest. For now, reporting live here in Irvine, Mary Beth McDade. So back to you guys in the studio.
Wait me, don't
luxury
you?
handbag worth $100,000 was stolen, with the suspects apprehended at the scene. The incident occurred in the early hours of Monday, the 5th of January. A couple from Hollywood and Los Angeles broke into a luxury handbag store near Jambo Road and DuPont Avenue, attempting to steal luxury brand goods worth nearly $100,000. However, they did not anticipate being spotted by the building's security personnel immediately upon entering the premises. Security immediately alerted the police, who arrived promptly and apprehended the pair. Surveillance footage revealed both individuals wearing black hoodies, masks, and sunglasses, indicating a premeditated plan. They were ultimately detained at Orange County Jail, facing charges including burglary, grand theft, conspiracy, willful destruction of property, and resisting arrest. This incident serves as a stark reminder to businesses and the public alike. What do you think? Is this reckless behavior, undertaken despite known risks, a case of impulsiveness or a calculated gamble? Share your thoughts in the comments section.
Wait me,
Was
don't
them
you?
with these handbags got caught red-handed, you know what I'm saying? Man, like I said on the last episode, you know what I mean, it's the dumb youth, you know what I mean? I don't understand it. What was the point of doing this? What was the point of going? You was finna be the handbag guy? You was finna be the new purse guy? I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? You was stealing a bunch of handbags, a bunch of female purses, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I understand you probably could have made some bread off it, but yo, like I said, man, it's 2026, man, there's electric eyes everywhere, you know what I mean? You cannot get away from cameras. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good day and age or a good era to be nobody's criminal. You know what I mean? Because you 90% rate of getting caught out here. You know what I mean? Because somebody somewhere or something, some camera is recording you. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go. You know what I mean? So this is just a prime example. You know what I mean? That they got caught red-handed. Prime example that it's hard to be a criminal out here these days when everybody's watching. Even when not a physical person is there, somebody is definitely watching you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thieves got caught red-handed out in Irvine, California. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota, up in Minnesota, the ICE shooting. This one is making a whole bunch of headlines. A lot of people have been talking about this. A shooting of a woman named Renee Good. From what I gathered, the clips you were going to see and the clips that I put in this was a protest. She was protesting against ICE and was blocking the road. ICE had came and tried to tell her to get out the way. And then the footage that you're going to see at the body cam footage, she was saying, "I'm not mad at you, sir." And she was trying to back up. It looked like she was trying to get out of the way, but she proceeded to move after an agent reached for her door, told her to get out the car, tried to open it, and then she backed up and then put it in the drive and swerved off and went to the right, and there was an officer in the way and she bumped him with the right side of the front of her car, and he reacted by reaching for his pistol and opening fire, unaliving the lady on the scene as her car drifted down the street a few hundred feet and crashed into a tree and swiping some other cars in the process. Yeah, you're going to see that all in the clip. A bunch of footage, a bunch of body cam footage and witnesses, you know what I'm saying, all in these next little clips on this Minnesota ICE shooting. Check these clips out.
She wasn't trying to comply. I mean, she was trying to block traffic, and then they got aggressive, and she was scared, and she started to drive off. She was trying to comply with what they said to get out of here, and then they were saying, then they were trying to pull her out of the car, and that's when she got scared and tried to drive away. She got shot, and then immediately her foot went on the gas. She was I think she was already dead, but her foot hit the gas. She drove off maybe 100 feet and then hit the telephone pole and hit some cars, and then she was just slumped in her vehicle. And they wouldn't let anybody near her. They had their guns out and were saying, "Stay back, stay back, stay back." And we have a neighbor who was, he's a physician, and he was yelling, "I'm a physician. Can I please administer CPR? Can I check her vitals? Can I please get through?" And they were like, "No, absolutely." They said, "No, shut up. We don't care. We have our own medics on their way." And then it was like 15 minutes before the EMS truck got here, and the EMS couldn't get their vehicle through. So they arrived on foot. They couldn't get through because of the ICE vehicles, to be clear. So they came through on foot, maybe 5 EMS people, and they checked her out for maybe 5 minutes, and then they carried her body like a sack of potatoes. They didn't even have a stretcher. They carried her out to the corner where they took her away.
Wait, me, don't
some commotion. I heard some whistles going on out front, so I came downstairs to see what was going on. It wasn't even dressed. And there was a car, the Honda Pilot that's crashed over there now. There was a car blocking the 2 lanes of Portland traffic. And the ICE agents got out and they were saying, "Get out of here, get out of here." And she was what looked like trying to turn around. And the ICE agent was in front of her car, and he pulled out a gun and put it right in, like, his midriff was on her bumper, and he reached across the hood of the car and shot her in the face, like 3-4 times. And then she must have just stepped on the gas. She stepped on the gas immediately, maybe got like 100 feet or so, and ran into the telephone pole and some cars, and then was slumped over in her car. And you could see she was probably gone. And there was a medic. There was a neighbor who's a physician who was yelling, "Can I please check the pulse?" There was no first responders. There were 0 first responders. They left her in her car, slumped over for about 10-15 minutes, blocking us all. And eventually EMS got here, and they wouldn't let the bus in, so it was just the EMS workers, and they checked her out for a second, maybe five minutes or so, and then carried her out, no stretcher or anything, carried her out like a sack of fucking potatoes.
Can you describe a little bit about what this woman looked like? Was there anyone else in the car with her? Did you know if she was the target?
I don't know if she was a target. They clearly wanted her out of there because she was the main car leading the protest, is my understanding. I talked to another guy who was driving behind her, but she was very successful in blocking traffic. She was doing what she was set out to do, and so they wanted to get her the hell out of there. Yeah.
So it looked like she was impeding ICE vehicles.
Definitely, yeah. Okay. That was her goal.
Do you have a read on her demographic?
I think she was a white woman. Looked like, I didn't see her when she was alive, just slumped over in the car. It looked like she had dyed short curly hair. I have a video of her in the car. But yeah, no.
You hate me, don't you?
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood!
What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Dude, you did a murder for what?
Just in, she seems to shed more light on it. Here, let's watch it at regular speed. Let's see, stand by. You can see a cop right there, and there goes her car. She gets shot, and then her car goes into a car nearby because she's no longer in control of it. Okay, we're going to slow it down, though. Let's slow it down because now we see where that third cop came from. He came from the front of her SUV. He was in the road as her SUV accelerated toward him. Stand by here, you can see it. There he is. He's right there. He's standing in the road, and her car comes for him. And it appears to be then that he opened fire. Okay, so look, right here, you can see a cop dressed in black. He's standing right there. Her car comes, he tries to get out of the way, and that's when we believe he opened fire. Let's watch it again. See the silver car that's parked? He's standing there in the road. Here comes her car. You can see him brace. He moves out of the way, and we believe opened fire. I'm sorry, but this is very supportive of the police's story. There'll still be a debate on whether he should have shot, he should have opened fire, but this does support the statement that he felt he was about to get run over, and that's why he drew his
I've seen all the footage, the body cam footage, the witnesses, the witness coming down, the lady coming down saying that she was protesting, blocking the way. I just told her to get out the way, and as she was moving, getting out the way, after they told her to get out the way, they proceeded to tell her to get out the car. You seen it in the footage, and then boom, he opened fire after she tried to move, and he was in the way. You know what I'm saying? So his reaction was, oh my goodness, you're trying to run over me. You know what I mean? Now, granted, she definitely did hit the officer with the car. You know what I mean? I definitely seen that in the clips. Y'all seen it in the clips. You know what I mean? She definitely did hit the officer with the car. His reaction was to reach for his pistol and start firing off. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he struck her a few times. Witnesses said that he struck her in the face a few times with them bullets that he fired off. You can see one, as you seen the one round go right through the windshield there in the clip. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a sad event. It's definitely very tragic. The woman's wife was on the scene. I didn't really get that clip. It was kind of a clip of her sobbing and crying at what had just happened. She had just witnessed her wife get unalived by these ICE agents. You know what I'm saying? Also, you seen all the clips of the people coming together, and you seen the clip of the police report and the police putting out there. You know what I'm saying? Or the news clip, not the police report. The police report is for the next topic. But yeah, man, it's just sad to see. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he didn't have to use a pistol. Maybe he didn't have to pull his pistol out. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you got to put yourself in the shoes of a human being without the ICE suit. You know what I mean? He was definitely got clipped by the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? His reaction. You know what I mean? I think any human's reaction, if you feel like you finna get ran over, if you armed, you definitely gonna pull that out and start firing off. If you feel like your life's in danger and you about to get ran over, you know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Was this justified? Was it not justified? I don't know. This is a mixed audience. A lot of people is taking ICE side, saying that she definitely tried to run him over. A lot of people was protesting against it, saying that it was unjustified. It's just a very sad situation. You know what I mean? Somebody definitely lost their life. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's very sad. Could have been avoided. I think it definitely could have been avoided. I don't think his first reaction should have been to pull his gun out and unalive her when she was clearly afraid and trying to get away from the scene, as they were telling her to get on, and she proceeded to try to get on, and then they said, get out the car, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man, it's an ugly situation, you know what I mean? These ICE agents is definitely doing the bad diligence, you know what I mean? Doing a lot of stuff that a lot of people was having to protest for. It's just a sad story, you know what I mean? It's just sad, you know what I'm saying? That she really lost her life, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what she was doing or what she was protesting, why she was blocking traffic to begin with, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it seemed like she was complying. I don't know, you know what I mean? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments what you think about that Minnesota ICE shooting, you know what I'm saying? Then, another topic, the last topic, there was another shooting in Portland, Oregon, you know what I'm saying? This is involving border control, which is the same thing as ICE, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was involving immigration, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely involving ICE, border patrol, whatever you want to call them. I think they're the same umbrella for real. Shooting in Portland, Oregon involving border control at a hospital, where a shooting of 2 people have been reported to happen during a targeted stop of a vehicle carrying 2 people. It was a husband and a wife. They say they was from a gang called Trendiagua, the Trendiagua gang, you know what I'm saying, who was involved in a shooting recently, you know what I mean? They said the driver weaponized the vehicle and tried to run the officer over, and that's when shots were fired into the car after he tried to run the officer over, you know what I mean? Same situation like in Minnesota, almost the exact same situation, except they are saying in this situation that he really did try to run him over. It wasn't like an accident or he was trying to get away, like he was trying to run him over. That's what they say, you know what I'm saying? But it's odd that there's no videos of this, you know what I mean? There's no actual thing that happened, you know what I mean? But yeah, in the next clips you're gonna see, you know what I'm saying, I got the 9/11 call, and then you're gonna hear a bunch of different I got a news report and protests. A lot of protests been going on after this in Portland, Oregon, and also the Portland leaders who came through and had a lot to say on the subject. And also you're gonna hear from the governor out there. Yeah, what's up, what's happening, you feel me? This is just a quick little reminder to let you know, if you enjoying these clips and this news and these updates that I'm giving you on today's episode, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment on what you think about what I'm talking about, these headlines you hearing, the clips you hearing, leave me a comment, let me know, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button and share this out on all your social medias, to your homies, to your friends, put it in your family, little chats and all that, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know about Kons Podcast, you know what I mean? Let's get back to the episode. Who wants to get rid of ICE in his city? Check these clips out.
Russian police are en route. It looks like caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE and his wife was shot as well. Your talk group is going to be Ops 1, Engine 7 with Medic 314 and Medic 321 with police en route. This will be a shooting at the... We have a male who was shot twice in the arm and his wife who was shot in the chest. Your talk group is going to be Ops 1. Stand by for additional dispatch.
Real dispatch audio we've gotten from this shooting earlier today, kind of giving you an idea of what the initial response looked like to this shooting by federal agents.
State at your discretion, police are en route. It looks like caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE and his wife was shot as well. Your talk group is going to be Ops 1, Engine 7 with Medic 314 and Medic 321 with police en route. This will be a shooting at the Brea Apartments, 10 Northeast 146th Avenue. We have a male who was shot twice in the arm and his wife who was shot in the chest.
Tonight for you, new information just coming in on another agent-involved shooting. This one right here out of Portland, Oregon today, involving Customs and Border Protection. Now, according to DHS tonight, the 2 people shot were part of a targeted vehicle stop. The passenger, they say, was affiliated with a Trendiagua prostitution ring, and the driver, they say, is an alleged member of that Venezuelan gang. Officials adding tonight, quote, when agents identified themselves to the vehicle, the driver weaponized the vehicle and attempted to run over law enforcement agents. That driver then took off, according to DHS. They were later found suffering from gunshot wounds and taken to the hospital. Now tonight, late tonight, Portland city officials, they did not go into any specifics about the shooting itself. However, the mayor, listen to this, lashed out against the ramped up federal law enforcement presence.
We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past. That is why we are calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation.
Wait, me, don't you? 2:18 this afternoon, Portland police officers responded to the 10,000 block of Southeast Main Street on the report of a shooting. So it came in via a 911 call. Officers confirmed that federal agents had been involved in a shooting. Portland police were not involved in that incident. About 6 minutes later, at 2:24 p.m., officers received information, once again through dispatch, that a man who had been shot was calling and requesting help in the area of Northeast 146th and East Burnside. Our officers responded. We found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Officers applied a tourniquet and summoned emergency medical personnel. The patients were transported to local hospital, and their conditions at this time are unknown. Officers have determined that the two people who were injured in the shooting involving the federal agents from the earlier call. PPB officers secured both scenes, and this is a federal investigation. It's being led by the FBI. We have been in touch with them. We are, in regular contact. This is their responsibility, but when we have these type of events happen in the city, Portland Police Bureau does offer level of assistance. This is not any way, shape, or form immigration related on our end. We do not know the facts of this case. We are simply providing that traditional investigative support and perimeter support, which is minimal. But I do want to make it clear that we are out there, but we are not involved in immigration. And we at this time do not know if this is an immigration-related event. We do not know which federal agencies were involved. As we know, there are many federal agencies serving in the city of Portland right now. So as I said, it's a complex situation with a lot of different information coming out. But Portland Police is on the scene, the detectives, etc. I want to say, that I'm saddened that we are here once again in a difficult, challenging, complex situation. But I'm also incredibly grateful for Portlanders. I'm grateful for the way that we have continued to show up over the past year, and we have certainly been tested. And this is no small circumstance. The uncertainty and the fear and the sadness within our community is real. And as the Chief Law Enforcement of the City of Portland, I recognize that, our members recognize that, and we are doing everything in our power to maintain that level of peace and calm and safety. And I want to thank Portlanders who have continued to show up in this space as well, and hopeful that they will do so over the next couple of days, as I'm expecting many to want to express their frustration and disappointment.
Wait, don't you? It just got real. This is not a PlayStation moment where you can shoot folks and they come back alive again. I live in that district. The struggle was already real for immigrants and refugees who live in our community, in our neighborhoods. And now I have to go home and tell my son and my 3 grandkids that they cannot stop for law enforcement because they're going to be afraid by looking at law enforcement that they might have the same thing happen to them that happened today.
When a president endorses tearing families apart and attempts to govern through fear and hate rather than shared values, you foster an environment of lawlessness and recklessness. Trust is essential to maintaining community safety and the rule of law. Federal agents at the direction of the Department of Homeland Security are shattering trust. They are hurting people and they are destroying day by day what we hold dear. Our sense of safety and our literal safety are severely undermined by what happened this afternoon in Portland.
People are in the hospital tonight because of the actions taken by our federal government, funded by our tax dollars. And this did not happen in isolation. This is what it looks like when a government brings a war posture into everyday life, into streets, into sidewalks, in communities where people are supposed to.
Wait, don't you?
It's just been chaos. People, the community is trying to get answers. The officials are not trying to tell us anything. It's just like we're finding information out on our own. And we should be hearing from the officials that's out here what's going on in our community.
Busiest night we've seen at the ICE facility on the South Waterfront in several months. At times, hundreds of protesters
in the street, blocking traffic from McAdam in front of the facility. The scene did build and tensions heightened quite a bit. At times we saw a burning American flag. Lots of anger here tonight, and this is directed not just at ICE officers here in Portland, not just at the Customs and Border Patrol officers involved in the incident in Southeast Portland earlier this afternoon, but at immigration enforcement as a whole. Police officers would enter the roadway and push people onto the sidewalk and often stand in the road, stand along the sidewalks, keeping people contained and out of the road so that traffic could flow back through and so that vehicles could enter and exit the ICE facility. Now, we did hear Portland police making announcements that arrests would begin of targeted arrests of people who were in the road. We also did see DHS officers exiting the facility a couple of times to clear the driveway. They would announce themselves beforehand and then again clear the driveway, clear the roadway right in front of the facility. And that's what we've been seeing going on here.
You know what I'm saying? Portland, Oregon is definitely turning up. The cities is definitely turning up out there with the protests. They not for what had went on. Like I said, they said dude was in a gang who was involved in a shooting. They say it's a Venezuelan gang at that. You know, now these headlines and these news things, they could definitely be tied to the political side of things, being that Trump has just sent bombs and bombed Venezuela for drug cartels and this and that. And now they're saying that these two people is in connection to a shooting and they're part of some Venezuelan gang called Trinidad, whatever that name was that I said earlier. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just a lot of shady stuff that seemed to be going on with these enforcements of law agencies, these different agencies that are police, but they ain't police. They federal agents, but they not federal agents. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They was hired by foreign companies. I don't know what's going on with these ICE people. You know what I mean? But I just know that we witnessed them ripping families and ripping babies away from families and taking them away from homes. You know what I'm saying? Due to this, under the clause or cause or umbrella of immigration. You know what I mean? Being that Trump implemented this type of laws in society to where they can come and just strip families apart. A whole lot of politics involved, you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? The two people that was there, you know what I'm saying, as you seen in the clips, they was not unalive, but one person got shot, I think, 2 times in the arm, and the wife, I think she got hit in the chest. They went to the hospital when they under critical condition, you know what I mean? We don't know no further details on them too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just a critical, bad situation. These ICE agents is just doing a bunch of bad stuff. They're just not showing in a good light on the American people, you know what I mean? It's causing a bunch of chaos, people protesting behind any and everything that they are doing, because I mean, they're disrupting things, you know what I'm saying? They are we've witnessed them tear poor babies away from families. So, you know what I mean? And now we witnessing literally killing people, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's wild out here. It's wild out here, you know what I mean? But that's all the topics I got for y'all today, you know what I mean? That's all the topics I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoy y'all Friday, you know what I'm saying? I just definitely had to touch on these. A few of these was making headlines. I wanted to record yesterday, but like I said, it was just a lot going on. Couldn't really record yesterday, so here I am today, you know what I mean, with these topics that's been circulating. I'm sure we all seen. Maybe not too many have seen the Portland, Oregon one, but I know we all heard about the Minnesota one, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to touch on that and give my opinions on such, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching, you know what I mean? It's been episode 349, you know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for watching and tuning in, you feel me? Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do, no matter who you was, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little brother, little sister, whether you was auntie, niece, nephew, a grandfather, grandma, mother, a father, you know what I'm saying? And you could have been cousin Pookie, cousin Mookie, you could have been cousin Man, cousin Pete. And if y'all got pets that sit there and y'all pet is sitting there right along with you watching Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Whether your pet is a pet cat, you have a pet dog, a pet gerbil, a pet squirrel, you have a pet hedgehog, you have a pet hyena, you know what I'm saying? You can have a pet giraffe, a pet dragon, you feel me? You can have a pet crocodile, a pet alligator, wherever your pet is, you feel me? If they sit there watching Kons Podcast, I'll definitely give them that good salute, you know what I mean? Like you see that good salute, like you see the homie scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in, thank y'all for watching, you know what I'm saying? Quick little recap, you know what I mean? In case you might have been rolling up or you might have pulled up, you got a little too purred, you got a little too high, let's say your kids was fighting in the other room, you had to go mediate and break that up. They was fighting over the controller, they wanted to turn that, whatever they was playing playing on the screen, and you had to go step away and break it up. This is everything that you missed in case you walked away for too long. You know what I'm saying? So in this episode, I'll just let you know that two people got caught red-handed stealing high-end bags. You know what I'm saying? They got caught red-handed. Police caught them in the act out in Irvine, California. That was something I forgot to put the clip in on the last episode. You know what I mean? Also, I touched to let you know about this Minnesota shooting of ICE shooting a woman named Renee Good out there in Minnesota who was trying to get away, and she accidentally hit an officer, and that officer reacted by firing shots into the vehicle, unaliving her. Also, a shooting in Portland I let you know about. That was a targeted vehicle on what they are calling two Venezuelan gang members who was involved in the shooting recently. They said he tried to run the officer over and he returned fire, you know what I'm saying, and ended up popping off shots. Same situation like in Minnesota. I mean, a lot of protests was going on after that out there in Oregon as well. And I just let you know what I'm saying? That was a quick recap of episode 349, you know what I mean? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? Kons Podcast. Tell somebody about it. You feel me?
Subscribe and share.
I will see y'all next episode.
You hate me, don't you? Content.
You hate me, don't you? 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 Don't you? You hate me, 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 don't you?
So hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that? Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone, cuz. Leave me alone.
You hate me, don't you?